Hello, this is Ritia Beiruthi, and I'm here to talk to you about Nearpod. Nearpod is a great technology tool for making interactive and engaging lessons for your students. Let's go ahead and log in. So I'm going to click log in here, and I'm going to sign in with my Google account. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is that there are Nearpod lessons available, pre-made ones in the Nearpod lesson library. You can click that and you can look by subject. So I'm going to go ahead and look at math. Afterwards, you can click on the theme, what kind of theme that you want. I'm going to do algebra. And then you can pick the grade. I'm going to do ninth grade. And you can take a look here. You can click it and you can preview the lessons that they have here. And then you can add it to the library if you like it. So to preview, you click the preview button and you can flip through, add to the library if you like it. Now let's go back and try to create our own lesson. To create your own lesson, you're going to click that plus sign right here, and you can do a lesson in Google Slides or in Nearpod. I'm going to go ahead and do one in Nearpod. I'm going to add a slide. There are three different options for adding a slide. You can add a content slide. The content slide is great for titles or for notes. Or you can add a web content page. This will just give them a link to a different website. This would be good if you have a really great game that you want them to play on a website. Here are activities, and these are extremely fun. And I will show you those in a minute. Let's go ahead and start by adding content. So I'm going to click that Add Content slide, and I'm going to add a slide. I'm going to do a title page. So here, for example, I'm going to do the title Algebra 1. And here you can put a picture. And I found some pictures and I saved them to my pictures folder right here. And you can just go ahead and drag and drop. There we go. Now you can do different themes. So I can click, I could do red or blue or black or orange. And there's many options. I'm going to go ahead and go with yellow. And you can do a background. This will you can drag a picture in there and it will show up as the background. Or you can do a layout. You can do, one element, or you can do what we had previously with the title, or you can do title with 2 elements, or title with 4 elements. I'm going to do a title with 2 elements, and you can just drag another picture there. And I'm going to save and exit. Save. Next, I'm going to add another slide. I'm going to add another content slide, and you can look through these. I'm just going to show you my favorites. You can go ahead and add a slideshow. So for example, if you have a slideshow from your Google Drive, you can click that and add that in. So let's see what I have in my Google slide. For example, let's say I want them to look at this slide on Taiwan. So I can click that and it will add that in there. And sometimes it takes a while to process. So let's give it a second. There it is. And you can click it and you can view it. It takes time if it's kind of a long slide. So here you can see it's going to show right there, and then you can just save it. It's a long one, so I'm just going to push X. Okay, I'm going to add another slide. It's a content slide. You can add a video. So for example, if you found a video on YouTube that you really like, you can just copy that URL, paste it in, push search, and it comes up. Make sure that you check all of the videos before you put them into your Nearpod presentation. So I'm going to go ahead and click that in there and save. So those are my favorites for the content. Now for the web content, for example, I'm going to click that and you put in what URL you want it to go to. So let's say I found a really great game that I want them to play. So for example, this is an inequality game. I'm going to copy the URL. I'm going to go ahead and paste it in there and make sure you test the link. Yes, it works. Make sure it works and then push save. Next is the fun part. Add slide. activities. I'm going to show you my favorite activities. Feel free to experiment and look at the other ones on your own, but I'm going to show you my favorite ones. So the first one that I like is the open-ended question. So for that one, you click it and you just add a question. So for example, how are you feeling today? Okay, and you can add a reference. So I can click that, I can click image, I can put a little picture of a happy worker there. I know. Sometimes it's kind of need to drag that in there. Okay, so I could put a little picture in there, push save. So for this one, they will see the question and then they will type their response. Add a slide, add activity, matching pairs. Oh, this one's one of my favorites, especially for math. So here I could have them, for example, match the question with the correct answer. So I'm going to add a pair. So for example, I could do 2 plus 3 equals, and then here you could put 5. Do another one. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Let's do another one. 2 times 12 equals 24. You can add as many as you like. I'm going to go ahead and just stop right there. Save. I'm going to add another slide, add activity. You could do a quiz. So for this one, this is kind of like Canvas. You just type your question here. You can add a picture or a video or whatever you like there. You could add some options here. So for example, what is 2 plus 3? And then you could put, 1, 5. You could add another answer, 6, and then you can add another question. I'm not going to save that because you know how that's going to look like. I'm going to add another slide, add activity. This is another one of my absolute favorites, the draw it. So I'm going to click that. And let's do, for example, an inequality. So let's say I want them to graph x is greater than 2. Okay, so I'm going to add a reference here. So I'm going to click the reference. I'm going to add an image. So I'm going to show them what I want from them. So here I actually had them graph x is less than 4. And so I'm going to give them a number line and I want them to put a circle on the 4 and color to the left because those are the numbers less than 4. And make sure not to color in the 4 because there is no line under that less than. So I want them to see that so they know what they're doing. So I'm going to take this example and I'm going to drop it in there so that they see that. And then I'm going to add a number line in there. So I have a number line that I picked in there and I'm going to just drop it in so they can draw on that. So what they're going to see is it's going to say graph that, and then they're going to have the little picture here to look at it, and they're going to be able to draw or graph x is greater than 2. I'm going to save that. Oh, and another thing, let me go ahead and go back on there. You can always add a timer. So for example, if I want them to do it in 2 minutes, I can add a timer. So the timer is here on the right side. You just click that and you add how much time you want and you save it. I'm pretty sure you can do that for all activities. I'm going to add another slide, add activity. Collaborate is another nice one. I know that administrators are always asking you to have the students collaborate with one another, and this is a great one for them to read and write. So for example, let's have them, I'm going to ask a question. So this is about inequalities. And let's say I want them to describe how to graph the inequality x is greater than 7. Okay, you can pick the theme. I really like yellow. And what's going to happen is when they see this slide, they're going to just type their description. They're going to type about how to describe the graph, and then they're going to post it. And other people are going to be able to read their responses. So I'm going to click save there. I'm going to add another slide. Add activity. Okay, you could do a poll for your class. So for example, which number is greater than 7. Okay, and I can give them, 6 or 8. Okay, so I can put that in there, save. Let's see, add a slide, activity. Okay, this one's really great, the fill in the blank. So what you're going to do here is first you're going to pick your theme. So I'm going to do blue. And you're going to paste something in there, okay, so that you're going to test them on. So for example, let's say I'm testing them on the lyrics to Mary Had a Little Lamb. So I'm going to copy that and paste it in. Okay, just like that. Then you're going to push next. Now, it's a fill in the blank, so I'm going to click some words that I want to take out, and they're going to have to match back in there. So let's say Mary, little, lamb, fleece, everywhere, sure, done. Okay, and I will show you how that's going to look in a minute. So those are my favorites. I'm going to go ahead and save and exit it. Okay, and I'm going to title it. Let's call it Algebra 1. Okay, the grades are, you pick what grade you are. So I'm going to say 9th. Subject, whatever subject it is, I'm going to say math. Save and exit. Okay. Now, let's say that I want the students to do it. So you have two options. The live lesson means that the teacher leads it. So you will be clicking the next, and whenever you push next, it will go to the next slide, and the students screen will look exactly like yours. The student paste is where you give the students the code, and they just go for it, and whenever they finish as soon as they are done. Okay, so I'm going to do like a live lesson. And what will happen is they will give you this code. And how you do that is you're going to post this code. Okay, and what you will do is that the students will go to https://nearpod.com, and they're going to put the code here in the enter code area. They don't need to sign in. Just go ahead and put the code. Let's see, EOCTR. And they're going to push go. Here they will put their name. I always tell them to put their full name. So let's say, Jane Doe. And here I tell them to put the period. So period 1. Join session. Okay. So they cannot do anything. You are going to control this. So the teacher will go ahead and push next. So when she pushes next, as you can see, the students, one will go next, and they will be able to view whatever they want there. Okay. Then you push next. Okay, so this slide contains a video. I could do it on all devices. So now the students are able to watch the video. Next. Here they can play the game. Next. Here is the poll. Remember, how are you feeling today? So here we can see that Jane Doe has not responded yet, but she can. So here she can put, happy, submit. Okay, and as you can see, the teacher will be able to see what she submitted. Okay, next. Here is a poll, or actually here is the matching. So here, match the question with the correct answer. So 2 plus 3 is 5, 4 minus 1, 3, 2 times 12 is 24. Okay, and the teacher will be able to see that Jane Doe got them all correct. As you can see, there it is. Okay, and then graphing, start the activity. So as you can see here for Jane Doe, she sees the question, graph x is greater than 2. She can see that, and she can use these to draw whatever she wants and submit it. And the teacher will be able to see it. So here, if you wait a little bit, you will be able to see what Jane Doe did. Next is the Collaborate board, and the best part about this is that you can approve student comments before they are posted if you want to. So they're asking me, would you like to approve student comments before they are posted? I'm going to go ahead and push yes. So I'm going to push yes, And so now the students are ready to write their, thoughts. So here it says describe how you would graph the inequality x is greater than 7. So, Jane Doe's going to go ahead and write, first you do this and then you do that. Okay, and then she's going to post it. Okay, now it's pending approval, so the teacher has to go ahead and go through and approve it. So here I'm going to click that and I like that, so I'm going to go ahead and push check and it pops up and you can see it on Jane Doe's. If I had more students, I would approve more and they would pop up as well. So next there it's a poll. So they said which number is greater than 7? Okay, and Jane Doe already responded. She picked, 8 and submitted it. And the teacher is able to see what she submitted. Okay, push next. The fill in the blanks, this one's great. So this is how it looks like for the teacher, but for Jane Doe, it looks like this. So in the blank parts, she has to drag what the word is. So some blank had a little lamb. So that's Mary. Okay, little lamb, blank, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Its blank fleece was white as snow and blank everywhere. And then this one was sure. Then she would click done and it will tell her how good it was. And then she can close it out. And the teacher can see, I'm sure. So that's the end of the lesson. So whenever the teacher's done, so here you can see, the teacher can see Jane Doe, how she's doing. Can drag through like that. Okay, so whenever you're done, just go back. Do you want to leave this session? Yes. Okay, so thank you for watching.